Good morning, everybody. We are doing complex numbers last exercise. By today, we will finish that. And next, from tomorrow, we will start a new chapter related to complex number, De Moivre's theorem. Okay, today we will finish this. If Z1, Z2 are two non-zero complex numbers, if Z1, Z2 are two non-zero complex numbers, such that modulus of Z1 plus Z2 equal to modulus of Z1 plus Z2 equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2 plus mod Z2, then show that arc Z1 minus arc Z2 equal to 0. Then show that arc Z1 minus arc Z2 equal to 0. If modulus of Z1 plus Z2 equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2, then show that arc Z1 minus arc Z2 without. Very simple. Just let Z equal to some x1 plus Z1 equal to x1 plus I by 1 and Z2 equal to x2 plus I by 2. This one we are doing. Z1 equal to x1 plus I by 1, Z2 equal to x2 plus I by 2. Now he is giving Z1 plus Z2, modulus of Z1 plus Z2 means x1 plus I by 1 plus x2 plus Z2 means x2 plus I by 2 equal to modulus of x1 plus I by 1 plus modulus of x2 plus I by 2. Modulus of x2 plus I by 2. I by 2. Then what can you do? Modulus means square root. So, the real part here is x1 plus x2. So, root of x1 plus x2 whole square plus imaginary part is y1 plus y2 whole square. So, this is equal to modulus of x1 plus y1 I by 1 is root of x1 square plus y1 square plus this is root of x2 square plus y2 square, x2 square plus y2 square. So now squaring on both sides. What I want to say is squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides means here this is root will go off, becomes x1 plus x2 whole square plus y1 plus y2 whole square equal to here a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab means x1 square plus y1 square, square root whole square gets cancelled. Here square root whole square gets cancelled, x2 square plus y2 square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, 2 into root of x1 square plus y1 square into root of x2 square plus y2 square, root of x1 square plus y1 square into root of x2 square plus y2 square, root of x2 square plus y2 square. Now expanding, so it becomes x1 square plus x2 square plus 2x1 x2. Same here, y1 square plus y2 square plus 2y1 y2 equal to, here it becomes x1 square plus y1 square plus x2 square plus y2 square plus 2 into root of, we will open the brackets here, x1 square x2 square plus x1 square y2 square plus x2 square y2 y1 square plus y1 y2 square. Expand this. So what do you get? x1 square cancels, x2 square cancels, y1 square, y1 square, y2 square, y2 square gets cancelled. So I am cancelling x1 square, x1 square, x2 square, x2 square, y1 square, y1 square, y2 square, y2 square on both sides. So left out 2x1 x2 plus 2y1 y2 equal to 2 into square root of product of the two simplified. So that is, you will get like so you will get like 2x1 x2 plus y1 y2 if I take 2 common equal to 2 into root of the whole part x1 x2 whole square plus x1 square y2 square plus x2 square y1 square plus y1 y2 whole square means y1 square y2 square is what is left out. Now 2 cancels. If I do one more time as for b square on both sides, then that root will go off. So it becomes x1 square, x2 square, a plus b whole square formula, a square plus b square plus 2ab, 2x1, x2, y1, y2 equal to, coming to this side, x1 square, x2 square plus x1 square, y2 square plus x2 square, y1 square plus y1 square, y2 square. So y1 square, y2 square, y1 square, y2 square. x1 square, x2 square, x1 square, x2 square gets cancelled. So what is left out? Left out is, if I bring this to that side, finally what you will get is, that I am writing first x1 square, y2 square plus x2 square, y1 square. This plus goes to side minus 2x1, x2, y1, y2 equal to, left out is 0. 2x1, x2, y1, y2 equal to 0. Now a square plus b square minus 2ab. Now I can write as a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square means x1 y2 minus x2 y1 whole square, a minus b whole square equal to 0. This implies if I take off square, this is equal to 0 only, is nothing but x1 y2 minus x2 y1 equal to 0. Next, where we are now, x1 x2 plus y1 y2 minus y1 y2 equal to 0 implies x1 y2 equal to x2 y1. Bring this to this side, this to this side. Now x2 to this side, y2 by x2, x1 to that side, y1 by x1. So what I want to say is, this is write like y2 by x2 equal to y1 by x1. Now applying tan inverse on both sides is nothing but tan inverse of y2 by y1, y2 by x2 equal to tan inverse of y1 by x1. Is nothing but, what is meant by tan inverse of imaginary part by real part? Arc z2 equal to arc z1. So I got arc z2 equal to arc z1. So my final result is arc z2 equal to arc z1. Implies arc z2 equal to arc z1. What is meant by arc z2 equal to arc z1? If you bring on this side, arc z2 minus arc z1 equal to 0. Minus arc z1 equal to 0. So simple. So first what I did is z1 equal to x1 plus I by 1 and z2 equal to x2 plus I by 2. Then substituted in the given expression. So by simplifying, I got what he is asking. arc z1 minus arc z2 లేదా arc z2 minus arc z1. You can bring this to that side, that is z1 minus z2, doesn't matter, equal to 0, hence proved. So that is what he is asking, hence proved. Hence proved. Now hence proved, because this is 4 markers, we did this much. If it is an object group, they will ask is equal to how much. Simple logic I know. Z1 plus Z2, Z1 plus Z2 always greater than or equal to always less than or equal to Z1 plus Z2. Modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is always less than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. We already did. Simply triangle property. Sum of any two sides must be greater than the third side. So third side must be less than the sum of the other two sides. We did already. So this is Z1, Z2 we did. So sum of these two will be this here. If you complete a parallelogram, this is Z1 plus Z2. So in this triangle, Z1 plus Z2 is always greater than or equal to, this is Z1 and this is Z2. So this is automatically Z2. This is a parallelogram we will complete by doing the proof. So automatically this is Z1 plus Z2. Sum of two sides must be greater than or equal to third side. This side is mod Z1, this side is mod Z2. Greater than or equal to third side, modulus of Z1 plus Z2. So modulus of Z1 plus Z2 less than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. If inequality holds good, only if they are on the same line. Instead of the triangle they are forming, they should be on the same line. Here this is a triangle they are forming. This is Z1 and parallel to this Z2 we are taking, and this is Z1 plus Z2. So these are forming a triangle. If equal means they must lie on the same line, Z1 Z2. Means their angle with x-axis will be same. So simply arc Z1 always equal to arc Z2. Then only equality holds good. So equal to means always arc Z1 equal to arc Z2. Equality of this is modulus property is possible only if they are on the same line. Means slopes are equal. Means arc Z1 equal to arc Z2. Simple logic instead of doing that much. But that is for 4 marks. You can't write directly because they are asking that only. He is asking to prove that if equality holds good, they are parallel. Simple logic. So arc Z1 equal to arc Z2. Bring on to one side. Then arc Z1 minus arc Z2 value is asking to be like this. Simply 0. Not to do all of that. All the stuff if you know basic concept. Z1 plus Z2 always modulus of Z1 plus Z2 always less than or equal to mod Z1 plus mod Z2. We did the properties. Using the property you can do in one step. But it is for 4 marker, that's why we did that much. Next one. Find the locus of Z if Z plus 4i, modulus of Z plus 4i, modulus of Z plus 4i plus modulus of Z minus 4i equal to 10. Find the locus of Z. Find the locus of Z. Z equal to x plus iy. Find the locus of Z. Satisfies this condition. Modulus of Z plus 4i plus Z minus 4i equal to 10. Find the locus of this. Can you do that or not? Is most important. So what is the locus of this? If we simplify, can you say by seeing itself we can say it is an ellipse. It is an ellipse. I told you SP plus SP dash S dash P, SP plus S dash P is always equal to 2A. Distance from S to P means focus to the required point. This ellipse. Somewhere near P. So this is S dash. Then SP plus S dash P always equal to 2A. So this distance. This is Z. This is some Z1. This is some Z2. Then modulus of Z minus Z1 is this distance plus this distance. This SP plus S dash P equal to 2A. And this distance between the two means Z1, Z2 is less than the 2A because this is 2AB. This total is 2A. So this distance is less than the 2A. So 2A is given as 10 observed and distance between these two. 4i and minus 4i. Distance between the two is minus 8. So this is 8 is the distance between these two, minus 4i and plus 4i, 8 units, that is 10 units. So 100% it represents 7 units. If this distance is more than that, then what do you get? No figure is found. If distance equal to that, then it is a straight line. We already did all these locuses. Now, distance between the two, 4i and 4i minus 4i is less than the 10 units. So automatically it forms a ellipse. But we will prove now instead of doing using MSET concept. That is objective concept we already discussed it. Basic concepts yesterday only. Now coming to this, how to find the distance means locus of this. General method we know. Let Z equal to x plus 7 if you don't give. He given here. Now this is plus 100 to inside minus 100. So becomes, we will do one thing. This is minus 100 minus 8y equal to minus 20 into this. So if I take minus 4 common, it becomes 25 plus 5. 2y. 25 plus 2y equal to this side minus 20 into root of x square plus y minus 4 whole square. Now 4 5s are minus minus cancels, squaring on both sides. S4 gives squaring on both sides. So this is 25 square. My क्या करना है जो 8y comes to this side, that 8y comes to side minus 8y, so it becomes 8 and 8 16y. I am taking 4 common, this is 4. Now squaring on both sides, it becomes 25 square is 625 plus 16y square plus 2 25 4 100 into 200y equal to this side 25 into this square and root will get cancelled, x square plus y minus 4 whole square, that is y square plus 16 minus 8y plus a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2a. Now this is bringing r to one side, 25x square as it is. Now this is 25y square, I will expand bracket first, plus 25y square plus 16 into 25 is 400 minus 8 into 25 is 200y. Now bringing all to this side, remaining part to this side, minus 16y square minus 200y. Check the calculation part out. Why these were two mistakes? So this is minus. I am taking this is plus, this is minus. Coming to minus 8y plus 8y. 8y plus 8y 16y. Now I am taking 4 common. This is minus 4y. So minus 2ab. Now plus 200y comes inside, plus 200y. Next plus 625 comes inside, minus 625 equal to 0. Now left out is 200y cancel. That's it. Nothing more will get cancelled. So what is left out finally? What is left out finally? 25x square. 25x square. 25 minus 16 plus 9y square. Plus 9y square. 400 minus 625. 225. I will bring on to this side again. 225. Now divide by 225 becomes x square by 9 plus y square by 25 equal to 1. Represents an ellipse. Therefore, locus is an ellipse. Locus is an ellipse. Instead of doing this much, simply we can say modulus of z1 minus z2 plus z1 minus modulus of z minus z1 plus z minus z2 is equal to 2a. S3 plus s dash b equal to 2a form. Always represents an ellipse whose foci are z1 comma z2. This is how we will do. Next. Sum. A variable complex number z equal to x plus I by is such that amplitude of z minus 1 by z plus 1 is always pi by 4. Is always pi by 4. Then show that the locus is a circle. Given that z equal to x plus I by is such a way that amplitude is arc of z minus 1 by z plus 1. Z minus 1 by z plus 1 equal to pi by 4. Z minus 1 by z plus 1 equal to pi by 4. Then show that the locus is a circle and find that equation. Now, first, whenever you find the locus means let z equal to x plus I by actually. But here he himself given x equal to z equal to x plus I by. Now substitute in that. So argument of z minus 1 means x plus I by minus 1 by x plus I by plus 1 equal to pi by 4. First we should simplify this. R with z1 by z2 is r with z1 minus z2. Your choice of writing. I am writing. I am simplifying first. Argument of this is x minus 1 plus I by x plus 1 plus I by. I am grouping real and imaginary parts. Now I can rationalize this part. R we can go for r to z1 minus r to z2. We will go for r to z1 minus r to z2. That will be easy, I think. So this is r to z1 by z2 is r to z1 minus r to z2. That is argument of x minus 1 plus I by minus argument of x plus 1 plus I by. Now r to z1 means tan inverse of y by x. So this is tan inverse of this part equal to pi by 4 here. Tan inverse of y by x minus 1 minus tan inverse of y by x plus 1 equal to this giving it as pi by 4, 45 degrees. Now tan inverse A minus tan inverse B. Tan inverse of A minus B by 1 plus AB concept you can use. First inverse trigonometry formula. Tan inverse A minus tan inverse B is tan inverse of A minus B by 1 plus AB. That I will use now. So that is tan inverse of A minus B means y by x minus 1 minus y by x plus 1 by 1 plus AB, 1 plus y by x minus 1 into y by x plus 1. This is equal to pi by 4. And using tan inverse A minus tan inverse B formula, tan inverse of A minus B by 1 plus AB. Simply tan of A minus B formula, tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A. Now tan inverse to that This side LCM is x minus 1 into x plus 1 is LCM. So this becomes y into x plus 1 minus y into x minus 1 by coming to denominator. Here also x minus 1 into x plus 1 is LCM. So 1 into this x minus 1 into x plus 1 plus y into y square is equal to tan inverse comes to say tan. So tan pi by 4. This I can write as 1 and these two gets cancelled. Now simplify. We will get the required total. Simple sir. I will put argument of Z2 is argument of Z1 minus argument of Z2. Now tan plus x minus tan plus y formula. Now simplifying this yx plus y minus yx minus 2 minus plus y by denominator becomes a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square plus y square as it is. Yx cancel equal to tan 45 is 1 again, is 1. So y plus y, 2y. So this implies 2y by x square plus y square minus 1 square 1 equal to 1. Cross multiply equal to 1 we have. Now cross multiply, what do you get? X square plus y square minus 1 equal to 2y. Now the 2y to this side. So x square plus y square minus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. Now ax square plus ay square. X square y square coefficients are equal to 1. Now what I got the equation is x square plus y square minus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. X square quotient and y square quotient both equal to 1. There is no xy term. So this represents a circle. This represents a circle whose center is 0, 1. By saying yourself you can say x square plus y square plus 2x plus 2f plus c form. So there is no 2g means g is 0. F is 1. So 0, 1 is the center. This is a required locus is a circle whose center is 0, 1. And radius if you want, that is root of 4 plus 1, root 5 is the radius. Sorry, root of g square 0 plus f square 1 plus 1, root 2 is radius. So center is 0, 1, radius is root 2. This is the required circle. So this represents always a circle. Argument of z minus 1 by z plus 1 always represents a circle whose center is 0, 1 and radius is root 2. Like that we can do these type of what we call locus sums. Now we finish it whole exercise. So like this. So from this chapter you will get 1 4 marker, 2 2 markers. And next related to this another chapter complex numbers De Moivre's theorem. De Moivre's theorem tomorrow will start. From that 1 7 1 2 completely complex numbers De Moivre's theorem big chapter brings you 17 marks. So do this chapter carefully. These two complex numbers De Moivre's theorem. Actually previously this is only one chapter. Recently they divided as two separate chapters. But both are one chapter only, completely related like matrices and determinants. So this total chapter carries you 17 marks. In complex numbers you will get 1 4 marker, 2 2 markers. De Moivre's theorem 1 7 1 2, total 17 marks. Tomorrow we will start new chapter De Moivre's theorem. We will start a new chapter De Moivre's theorem.